Good morning. Just going to get myself set up here while we see if there's anybody online. Ready to talk about Halloween. It's Halloween coming up. So sorry to be messing about, but we just got to get everything in the right spot. So there we go. Good morning. It's not long. A week until the big day, a week until Halloween is here. And oh boy, if you've bought any of your candy already, how much is left? That's one of the things I'm going to talk about today, is when to buy all of your candies and your sweets. So let me know once you're online if you can hear me. Just want to do a little sound check and make sure that you can hear me. If you're watching this after the live, then I hope that you can still hear me. So today I'm going to speak with you about, is it possible, can you actually have a healthy Halloween? Do those two words go in the same sentence? Good morning, Kelly. Can you hear me okay? Can you just type a little note to me to let me know that you can hear okay? Because I just want to make sure I've got my mic plugged in and all of those kind of things. So a little message would be fantastic if you don't mind. That would be super duper. So good morning from a sunny Toronto. It's Tuesday today, and we've got a week. The big countdown is on until Halloween. So I wanted to jump on, do a Facebook Live that I'm going to be doing on Sprout Right every other week. And then also on LiannePhillipson.com for more of the adult type of situations and health concerns that I'm going to be doing at 7 o'clock every Tuesday. Facebook Live on anything to do with what anybody wants to hear about for themselves. More to do with adults than to do with kids and family and things like that, or babies and toddlers and that kind of thing. So my name's Lianne. I'm a registered nutritionist. If we have not met before, it's lovely to have you online having a look at this video. So thank you so much. I do normally like to hang on just for a few minutes for a few eyeballs to come online. So we've got a few people joining now, which is tremendous. So let's talk about Halloween. One of my, not necessarily my least favorite, but I think one of the most difficult holidays for a nutritionist to navigate. And I wanted to go through a few tips and tricks on how to get through it in a healthy way. Is that actually possible? Like I said in the beginning, for these two things to be in the same sentence, healthy and Halloween, they just don't really go together. So focus on the costumes and all of those kind of things. I've got a couple of blog posts on this on sproutright.com. And also, if there are any comments underneath, then you'll be entered into a draw to win a lovely freebie of our Smart Kids Healthy breakfast and lunch meal plan, which is always welcome. We have tremendous feedback about that one, because whoever gets stuck on making lunch, raise my hand, me myself. So I have to go back to this meal plan on occasion to make sure that I am, that I'm keeping up and giving my kids some good stuff, even if they don't like it, because that happens too. So by commenting below, then you'll automatically be entered into that. We'll do one of our random pickers, and then we'll post who's won, get your email, and then send it off to you, just so that you know. All right, so let's get on with how on earth is this going to end up being a healthier Halloween than all of them before. So really, one of the most important things that I think is to sit down with your kids and talk about it. So Halloween's coming. Discuss things that happen to their bodies when they eat too much sugar. Maybe they don't feel great. Maybe they get a bellyache. Maybe they're constipated. Maybe they get diarrhea. Maybe if they're a little bit older, their skin breaks out and they get reactions, or their eczema flares up, or they get aches, pains, or they just don't feel great. Any child, any person needs to understand how they feel after they've had a lot of sugar. There's a difference between just eating a lot of sugar, but then also having something like, a colored anything. So whether it's a candy or a chocolate that's got, Smarties, which have that coating as well, so all the sugar on the outside, on the inside, and then all of those colors. And if kids are eating those and then you see them bouncing off the walls, it's so important to say to them, hey, I notice something a little bit different when you eat that particular food. Just as I suggest, when you give them a bunch of vegetables, then you sit there and say, let me see those muscles. How does those muscles feeling? Oh my goodness, look at that. That broccoli just made you so strong. You're going to be so fast at the park. You're going to ride your bike faster. So those positive things that I want you to share with them. Also, I want you to point out times when things are not looking so great. So, oh, I see that your skin, there's something going on with your skin. Or I see, oh, your belly, oh, you've got a tummy ache. That could have been from all of those sweets and candies that you ate. Or I'm seeing a bit of different behavior in you. Could it be how many packages of Smarties or something like that did you have? So talking about this is so important. What's going to happen when you go out on Halloween night? What are they going to be able to eat en route? Make sure you feed them well before you go. Getting those costumes ready, the makeup on, all of those kind of things means that dinner does not end up happening as normal, sadly. So it's a quick snack or quickly eat some pizza. I used to make lasagna to make sure that there was like some seriously dense food going into my kids' bellies. And so that they're not starving as they walk around. Because if they're hungry, then they're going to eat the candies as they get them in the bag. It's just going to go straight in the mouth and they're going to come home with a bunch of empty wrappers. So discuss this, talk about what is it that they want to have for dinner? What is it that's going to happen while you're out trick-or-treating, because that's a really fun time to be munching away and, oh my gosh, look what I got here. Oh, my kids used to say, I got a whole chocolate bar. There's one house that they go to where they get Marley's tickets. I don't quite know how that happens, but they make a beeline for that one now, because that's the gift that keeps on giving. That's a lot of fun that they get to go to with all of their friends. So know a little bit about your area and who gives out what and all of those kind of things. And of course, always be safe with what the kids are given. So discussing what's going to happen before, so dinner, what's going to happen during, what is it that they're going to eat while they're out and about, and then after. That's one of the most important things. So years ago, I started with my daughters the trade up. So they haven't asked just yet, but we haven't quite got there. We're just still figuring out their costumes. But what are they going to trade up their loot for? As they've got older, so my kids are 12 and 14, they've wanted to hold on to more. But in the earlier days, they got to eat a few treats as they were out and about. There was absolute no's on things that had any colors in them. And then when we got home, of course, they dump everything out. They go through it all. They sort it all. We got rid of anything that had colors in it. They went between chips and more plain chocolate, or peanut centered chocolate, or whatever it was that they wanted. They could choose some of that, of however long it was that we agreed on, 1 day, 1 week, whatever, and everything else goes. I actually found all the time that they kind of forget about it. My youngest would always notice what their friends had in their lunch bags. So, the Halloween candies keep on coming all the way until Christmas, because that's just, some people just keep on going into the new year. But I do think that it's a much better idea not to. So you have a cutoff point of when the candy is going to stop, or the particular Halloween treats are going to stop, and you trade it up. So that could be trading it up for something that they want. Discuss it in advance. If they're young enough, then maybe you're just going to do a quick switch, a little bit sort of tooth fairy-ish. You just do a little bit of a switch. You can call it pumpkin fairy or Halloween fairy, and you trade it up. You leave it out one night, and what on earth is this in the morning that they're waking up to? There's one of their, something Lego or something is that they've been coveting. They want a particular book, or they want a toy, or for the older set, maybe they want a gift card. Maybe they want to be able to go into Chapters and buy something, or into Mastermind or Toys R Us or any of those kind of places. My kids love having the movie vouchers so that they can go off to our local movie theater with their friends, which is just down the road, and that's something that they thoroughly enjoy. Sometimes it's an outing. We're going to trade up, or we're going to do something like this, and that is one of the most important things, is to try and remove it afterwards. If you remove it out of sight, out of mind, there might be a little bit of where did it go and what's happening? But then that's how you try out the different days, however many days that you're going to allow the candy to be there. Now, don't think that you're depriving your kids, because it really is about going out. It's about collecting. For those kids that are obsessed with sugar and candy, then yes, it's more about that they want to keep on eating it, but you need to educate and you need to tell them, why don't you want them eating this for the next week? Again, point out those belly aches, point out that diarrhea, point out that behavior, so that they understand and they make the correlation between the two. But something that you really do want to look out for is the runny noses around both, well, all Christmas, Easter, Halloween. You start to see that the immune system is so challenged. So in Toronto, we've been having amazing weather lately, and if the temperature tanks, then we're probably all going to get really sick. There's a little bit of sickness going around still. So very important to keep that immune boosting going so much. Any amount of sugar that goes into the body suppresses the immune system for a period of hours. So after they've been out and about on Halloween and they've eaten all of those candies, and then they go to bed and they're not really tired because they're so jacked up on sugar and chocolate and all of those kind of things, then their sleep is disturbed, their mood is disturbed, and their immune system is out to lunch. It's like, I'm hitting the beach because I can't do anything right now because there's so much sugar that has gone in. So keeping the immune system super, super boosted before, during, after, and really just for the rest of the winter is a fantastic idea, so the whole family doesn't go down with anything like this. So make sure that you are offering all of the immune boosting nutrients. So I've got some here to show you. Vitamin C, unsung hero. Vitamin C is so incredibly important. It's used up like that. In adults, if we're, having a lot of wine one evening or one weekend or something like that, a lot of our vitamin C is completely gone. So we're also prone. Don't think that we're getting away with it if you're doing well not eating the chocolates, or if you've bought the sweets already and you've actually stashed them and not opened them and been tempted to eat them. So vitamin C every day for kids, about 500 milligrams on average, should not cause any tummy upsets. What happens when you have too much vitamin C is you end up with a bubbly tummy, or sort of the beginnings of maybe diarrhea. It's just clearing the body out. So 500 milligrams in the morning, 500 milligrams in the evening, especially for someone that's got a little bit of a runny nose. I take 2,000 in the morning and 2,000 at nighttime. I don't have anything going on with my belly. So the ascorbate C is tremendous. I'm working with as if this is a mirror right now. Probiotics. Have you not heard me talk about probiotics? Yes, I talk about probiotics all the time. Such a sneaky way to get into the immune system. And this hits the gut. The gut is where all the sugar's going. The gut, all the sugar is what's feeding the yeast, the bad bacteria, all of those kind of things that can make yeast symptoms flare up, which means they're itchy more. Their skin is worse. Their immune system again is down. So the probiotics for kids, HMF powder is my favorite. There's also a HMF child, which comes in a chewable if you've got older kids. HMF intensive is the one that the parents can be taking, or if you've got a kid that's just been on antibiotics and their immune system is low and stuff is coming back again. This is a capsule, but I also have it in a powder, which you can give and increase the amount and decrease the amount sort of as things are going along. Really, really important to have that probiotic going in every single day, and I'd suggest it for the rest of the winter. So again, HMF powder, these are all available on sproutright.com. HMF powder for your kids, 1/4 teaspoon every day, can double that if you need to. When you buy anything on sproutright.com, we always support you with your dosages and how much and all of those kind of things. We're always there for you when if you have any questions on what you're doing. HMF intensive, mom, dad, and really anybody can take it, but it's a 25 billion. It's a slightly higher dose for any particular immune challenges. For those kids that are not quite ready to do a chewable or a pill or anything like that, Pediatravite is a multi-nutrient. It's going to give them a real base level of vitamins, some minerals and things like that. And when they get sick and when they're eating stuff like sugar all the time, their body uses different minerals to metabolize that. So this helps to kind of balance things up again. There's also the children's chewable, which you'll see on sproutright.com. And then my other two favorites, Lexi agrees, my other two favorites are Immugen. These are amazing drops to take 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off, all throughout the winter. So incredibly important to boost the immune system. You'll find a lot of these things in the, I have one, a preschool package and a toddler package on sproutright.com for boosting the immune system. And then this one is the one that I pull out. Viral gen really is what it was originally called. So as soon as you feel a virus coming on, then you hyperdose with this one, just in really small bottles. An adult dose is 10 drops a day, so you can have a lot less if you've got a child. So 1 to 2 drops depending on the age, up to 5 most of the time. If my kids are coming down with something, then I tend to hyperdose them with this. And then also vitamin D. Where's my gorgeous vitamin D? That's a heart song. Oh, I don't have any in stock at the moment. I have a spray called Sol Ray D of vitamin D, which is just amazing. And if anyone's coming down with anything, then I also give a higher dose of vitamin D. So 1,000 to 2,000 I use of vitamin D if anything's happening. So that's sort of the immune boosting piece to do with Halloween, because if there's something just scratchy nose or there's been a few sneezes around or anything, this absolute crazy amount of sugar that's about to come at your kids or you it's gonna knock them down. I'm sorry to say, it's likely to knock them down. And then around this time of year is when I see that cycle starting. So one's sick, then that passes on, and then it goes through the whole house and goes through the whole family. And if you just stop it right now with all the tips that I've given you about having a slightly healthier Halloween, if that's possible, you can employ all of those things as you go through that time. Now that also means that once you do your trade up for your kids and all those treats are gone, they've got their little stash, that doesn't mean that you get to put them in the cupboard and then that you get to stuff your face with them of an evening once they're in bed and you get to sit down and chill out in front of the TV and then it all comes out. Get it out of the house. Just take it somewhere. Just sometimes it can go to work for other people to grab, and then you have to just walk past it and not have it. Give it to a food bank. Ask friends, ask charities, whatever it is that you can get rid of this stuff. I do know some people have packaged it up in shoe boxes before, and then it goes in a container off somewhere. Not that I think it's great to be giving anybody else sugar, but it doesn't seem quite right for it to just go in the bin, although, that's always a possibility too. So healthier Halloween might actually be a possibility. The trade up is a fabulous thing to do. Make sure that you're feeding your kids and yourself before you go out trick-or-treating, so important. And then afterwards, boost their immune system with, again, the vitamin C, with the probiotics. And for them, any antibiotics, definitely give them this one or the powder. The immunogen and the viral gen, I don't even know how to say that word, it's an odd one. A bit of a multi just to keep them up. I also have echinacea syrup, which is just tremendous for keeping that immune system boosted. So, any comments that you want to put in below will enter you into the draw, into the freebie for the Smart Kids breakfast and lunch meal plan. So make sure that you type in, just say, what is it that you're going to be doing to try and have a healthier Halloween this year and survive it so that the whole family doesn't come down and end up being sick. Any questions, anything that you want me to talk about on my bi-weekly or twice monthly Facebook Lives on either Lianne Phillipson or on Sprout right here, please do comment in anything you guys want me to talk about. I'm always happy to do that and bring it on to a video because it's so much fun to do and so much fun to have some great interaction. So thanks, Kelly, for being online. Thanks, Anne-Marie. I see that you've joined as well. So happy Halloween to you all. And then there's Cindy. Hi, Cindy. How you doing? So I'm just going to wrap up now. You can rewatch the video. It will be posted and then also on YouTube. And again, make sure you comment for a chance to get that free Smart Kids breakfast and lunch meal plan. I'll see you guys soon, and happy trick-or-treating and immune boosting. See you later. Bye.